In this video, we will talk about an iconic soda company that also happens to be one of the oldest in the world. It has a legacy of over 100 years and is known for its unique blend of 23 flavors. Yes, we're talking about Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper has a devoted set of lovers despite the industry being dominated by giants like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. So what's the history of this century-old soda company and what makes it so lovable? Dr. Pepper's story began at a pharmacy store called Morrison's Old Corner Drugstore in Waco, Texas, in the early 1880s. A man named Charles Alderton, who was an employee in the pharmacy store, was the one who developed the recipe of what we now know as Dr. Pepper. Back in the day, pharmacies had a soda fountain. So during his breaks, Alderton enjoyed going over to the fountain and mixing up different concoctions. Weirdly, he was inspired by the smell around the soda fountain and wanted to create a drink that tasted exactly like that fountain smell. When he finally created the flavor he was looking for, he made Wade Morrison, who was the owner of the pharmacy, try the drink. Alderton and Morrison then worked out the final formula together and started serving the soda in the pharmacy. The drink, which customers now called Waco, became popular very quickly, and people started coming in specifically for the drink. Soon, their small soda fountain was no longer able to keep up with the high demand. Since Alderton was not too interested in selling this soda as a separate business, he sold the formula to Morrison, who then partnered with a beverage chemist named Robert S. Lazenby, and then started manufacturing the beverage in a bottled form and named it Dr. Pepper. 1885 was the first year when the name Dr. Pepper was used commercially. But how did they come up with the name Dr. Pepper? The origin of the name is still unknown. There are many rumored stories about how Morrison came up with the name, but none of the stories ever seem to be confirmed. One of the most interesting stories, though, is that Morrison named the drink after his girlfriend's father, Dr. Charles Pepper, in an attempt to convince him to let her marry Morrison. However, some say this is unlikely, as Morrison was already married when he gave the soda its name. Dr. Pepper was soon brought to the attention of people outside of Texas. The first big break for Dr. Pepper is said to be at the World's Fair Exposition in St. Louis in 1904, when the drink was premiered to nearly 20 million people. And from this point on, Dr. Pepper was on the map. Of course, they had some ups and downs along the way, but they've always come up with great marketing campaigns that have pushed the company in the right direction. One of Dr. Pepper's biggest campaigns was during the 1920s and 30s, when the company started using a 10-4-inch logo. Research at the time had shown that 10:30, 2:30, and 4:30 were the times when people tended to lose energy and get sleepy during the day. The company used this piece of information to its advantage and said that those would be the perfect times to drink a Dr. Pepper. Because Dr. Pepper doesn't just taste good, it also gives you the energy you need to get through the day. This was actually a very clever idea because it prompted the customers to drink not just one, but 3 Dr. Peppers in a day. And while the original Dr. Pepper drink has always been the star of the show, the company has also come up with a lot of variations over the years. It started in the 1960s when they came up with a low-calorie version of the drink, such as Diet Dr. Pepper. Then in 2002, Dr. Pepper launched a cherry-flavored soda drink called Red Fusion, which did not do very well. But later they came up with a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper that was a hit and is still around today. There are a bunch of other Dr. Pepper flavors that you may have seen in the market. Most recently, in 2023, the strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper joined the product line. But despite Dr. Pepper's amazing products, there have been a few product attempts and marketing campaigns that have missed the mark. For example, in the late 1950s, they came up with Hot Dr. Pepper. Yes, you're right. This Dr. Pepper was meant to be served steaming hot. They took out ads showing families enjoying the drink along with directions on how to make it. This product was made in an attempt to keep sales up even during the winter when the demand for cold soda naturally went down. While the company was banking on this product to be a hit, it didn't end up doing too well. Customers were not open to the idea of Hot Dr. Pepper yet. Another low for the company was when one of its ad campaigns really didn't sit well with the general public. In 2011, Dr. Pepper launched a new low-calorie version of the drink called Dr. Pepper 10, and the tagline that they chose for this product campaign was seen by most people as straight-up sexist. The tagline was "Not for women," which was obnoxious to say the least. Naturally, the company received a lot of flack for this campaign. They discontinued it, but at the same time, they justified this tagline by saying that data showed that men stay away from diet sodas. Because apparently, it is seen as more feminine. So they wanted a diet soda that would appear more manly and attract male customers. Needless to say, that didn't make much sense to people, and this attempt went down as a total failure in Dr. Pepper's history. Anyway, let's move on and take a look at how Dr. Pepper stacks up against its cola counterparts. While Coca-Cola and Pepsi still dominate with their products, collectively capturing over 2/3 of the market, Dr. Pepper has managed to carve out its own niche. It appeals to those who are looking for a different flavor experience, with its fruity, spicy, and altogether unique taste. In fact, the thing that has made Dr. Pepper what it is undoubtedly the flavor. The signature 23 on its label signifies the secret 23 flavors that are blended together to make the drink. So there we have it, a little glimpse into the journey of the soda giant. Isn't it so fascinating to think that if Charles Alderton didn't have this weird obsession with creating a drink that tastes like the smell of soda fountains, the much-loved Dr. Pepper wouldn't exist? What are your thoughts on this company? And are you one of those who prefer Dr. Pepper over Coke and Pepsi? Comment below and let us know what your favorite soda brand is, and maybe we'll make a video on that next. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on some of your favorite companies. We'll see you in the next video.